I'm pretty. It's way deeper than what we.
Right.
But it's, that's just how I view things. That's all.
So
I always have a backup plan.
So how do you vet that?
What you mean?
How do you vet all the things that we're talking about? Mm-hmm. Having a backup plan is obviously something that you is on your list. How do you vet that in the dating process? What are things you look for? What do you do? Tests? Do you watch?
First, you have to have the uncomfortable conversations early. Right. You cannot wait until a year in to start asking somebody about somebody's finances. Right. No matter how uncomfortable it may be, no matter what you worry about my money, you gotta start early. If you see a future with that person, start early.
For sure.
Me and my boyfriend started talking about money and marriage and all of that within the first 3 months of us dating.
Yeah, I talked about it all too.
Why are we waiting past that?
Ain't no need
at this big age.
Ain't no need. And when you talk to a certain caliber, like women that that has it going on all the way. As a man, you have to be ready for those questions.
You have to, or else you're gonna get offended.
Like you have to, and if you're not secure and all that, you need to just be like, "Nah, this just ain't for me."
You know how many times I heard, "You got a big money." I don't want to hear that.
Right.
You got a big money. It's not cute as a man to a woman. It's not. So y'all, please stop that.
Yeah,
it's not.
You got it. So I've never said that. What does that mean?
That means I see that you have more money than me, and I'm intimidated.
So you're gonna pay for it?
Huh?
No, it's just like if you.
I feel like it's excused if say we all got money.
Right.
It's different when you say it to somebody that got money, but when
you're dating, and that guy clearly sees that you have it together, and he's intimidated. Oh, now you big money.
Yeah.
So it's the big money, not the you got it part. Because I thought you were saying that somebody was making you pay.
But it's in a way.
No.
They're not making you pay, but it's almost like if I want to do, I'll make you pay.
Yeah. I think it's more so on the lines of that was crazy. I don't think I can keep up with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of them type of
exactly.
Because I say that to my guy friends, but I've never said that to her.
No,
that's what I said.
You speak. When you know everybody good, you can play like that. You know what I'm saying? You just
that's a good one.
But when you dating and a guy tell me that, it's an automatic no.
So when they start, I get what you're saying now. So when they start, because that's hating too,
right?
Low key.
That's low key.
Low key. Lapping around. He watching.
Yeah.
So let's go off relationships. When friends do that, I don't like it. Here's why.
What kind of friends you got? You
gotta keep that company you keep.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, bro. When you start winning, and different ones who loved you where you were. Mm-hmm. They'll start saying stuff like that.
I don't know. I honestly
and sometimes it'd be like, where that's coming from?
That's what was in there all along.
That was in the back of their head.
Yeah, I think that was in our younger days though. I don't have nobody like that no more. And any of my friends, that's what real close. We done all helped each other. Ways that.
But I'm talking about social. I'm talking about people not in the close circle. I'm talking about when I see that, if it's somebody new that I'm vetting. Mm-hmm. When I hear that, I'm good because like you said, it's a sign of intimidation, and I like that you said that because it goes both ways. It's not just in dating; it's even with family, even with associates, business partners, people that you're looking to maybe connect with on something. Mm-hmm. That is a true sign of intimidation when people start counting your pockets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy because something on the lines of that of but not saying it as being intimidated. When you see certain people, you be like, "Hey man, what's up, man? Nothing. I've been trying to get like you."
Yeah.
That's the same terminology.
You don't want to though.
No, right though.
Right.
You don't even want to because you don't know how I got here.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've been through, nigga.
Yeah. No, a lot of people say that though. I'm just trying to get like you, dog.
Yeah. You want to get like me, but
I ain't even trying to stay.
You don't want to do what it takes.
No, you can have these bills, nigga.
Right. I ain't even trying to stay like me. I'm trying to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
I just trying to be like you whole time.
No, for real. But anytime somebody like have said that to me, I just be like, be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be better, because
please,
you don't never know what anybody got going on. Like, shoot, I just cashed out on an engine or a transmission, or I done had to dump some bread. Like, you ain't trying to do that right now, is it?
Yeah, right.
So focus on yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Have
be
your
better.
plan.
Yeah, be better.
So let's go to the emotional side of it and the mental side of it. Going into a relationship, to me, reciprocity, if I hope I said that right, reciprocity is very important to me, because a lot of my relationships on the mental and emotional side have never been a level. It's never. I've always given out more. I've always like, and me, I don't need a lot, but when it comes to support, because I work so hard and I do so much, that's all I ask most times.
But that's the
you sound like me.
That's the red flag that everybody ignores.
Yeah.
That's the red flag that everybody
ignores. Men need that more than women?
We both need it.
Yeah.
We're human, and it's not male or female. It's,
I agree.
So does it just look different?
Support. Absolutely.
Yeah, because y'all have a different way of showing it too.
But I'm saying also receiving.
I mean that too, but I mean, y'all just have different ways of receiving and doing it. Y'all aren't female.
Yeah, supporting us is different the way we support them.
Yeah.
But as long as it's support, and it's just like when whoever needs it, you just have to be there.
Yeah. So and that's definitely not 50-50.
So when it comes to emotional and mental, we'll stay with support for a while. Right. Is that 50-50 or is that as needed?
It's as needed.
Yeah. Because it's never 50-50, because one day, like you might come in one day and you can only get 20 because you didn't have a long day, but she had an easy day, so she can give 80. It's never 50-50 because emotions change, your days change. You can have a good day one day. It fluctuates. Emotions is the one thing that's never 50-50.
I think this is what we're talking about now is why relationships don't work today, why dating doesn't work today. Here's why I say that. We live in a match my energy, and we live in a selfish and very selfish time where I've seen people leave people who were down, and they left because this is, to me, in order for a relationship to work, there has to be compromise. And there are some days where even though I'm at 30, she's at 15. So I need to give her my 30 because she at that moment has the lease, or vice versa. I may have the lease, and you, even though you may be at a low number, I may be at a less number. In that moment, it don't need to be this is what I hate. You a man, so you should be the one to. I hate that because my dog could have just died. My aunt could have just got hit by a car.
Anything.
I lost everything, and then you and your friend beefing. So I'm supposed to be there for you losing a friend that y'all probably gonna be friends again in 2 months, and I just had my world crash. Right. But because I'm a man, I'm supposed to.
That's why a lot of men don't express themselves and express their emotions, and that's why we do show it in such a different way, because it's like we have this image that we should be tough and we should be, alpha and not ever be down, but it just doesn't work like that.
It's sassy.
Yeah.
Sassy to them. And I hate that. I hate that match your energy. I hate all of that because sometimes what you're getting from me is because of what's going on. So now you're about to match my energy?
Yeah, so it's most of these relationships is driven by social media. Social media mess relationships up. All these terms and stuff, all that's over social media.
What are you all thoughts on what we're talking about right now? What are your thoughts on this?
I say my piece about the emotional piece. It's never 50-50.
Well, it should always be consistent. It should always be something there as your support. And then some days might be you need more, and the other person might need more.
But how is that? How does who needs it at the time? How do you decide that?
It's just
you kind of feel it.
It goes on it's about the day, right?
Yeah, you kind of feel.
I could have had an awesome day, but she could have had a bad day at work, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come home with flowers and I'm gonna give her my 100% and just let her know I'm here and I understand what she got going on. It's gonna be better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like sometimes
I wanted to hear the women on that one, because I'm telling you, I do not feel like y'all be. I don't feel like y'all read the room. I not y'all, you all. Y'all too. But I'm talking about. Remember, the show is MenTality, so it's women's mentality. Yeah. Okay, so I don't believe women know how to read the room as it relates to a man's mental and emotional state. I don't feel.
I think it's just you can, and it's really hard these days to find somebody that will receive it when you do read the room. So it's like
do they care?
Yeah. So it's like you read the room, you're trying to be there, and then you get rejected behind it. So it's like
I would say, as a woman, like sometimes it's just hard because y'all aren't as emotional creatures as we are. A lot of women will wear their expressions on their face. Mm-hmm. Our emotions are on our shoulders. I mean, you can literally sense it. If you ask, I'm sure both of y'all have asked a woman, "What's wrong?" Nothing. Right. You know something wrong. Yeah. You know something wrong. But how do we get that out of a man? Yeah. Unless you actually are really, you just gotta know your partner.
And let's not say like, and let's not forget that some men you may meet may actually be like battered men, right? So as soon as they get it, they don't know how to.
Don't know what to do.
They don't know how to receive
because they never received it.
Mm-hmm. So it's like it's what you want, but it's just like you want something for so long, and then once you get it, I ain't want it no more.
Mm-hmm. I want to answer your
question. Don't know how to, like you said, don't know how to receive.
Don't know how to tell you.
I want to answer your question. When you ask your question again. You asked when you all are trying to give it,
or how do we know how to sense it from y'all, because we're such emotional creatures. Like sometimes it might be hard to tell that y'all had a hard day or something like that. So how does a woman know how to read the room for y'all? I would say
I think that's probably come with time. I think that probably comes with time,
knowing your partner.
But but you have, and that's where we go back to the selfish part. Do most women care to learn it?
Like, I think that's when you know that you're in love, and when you're with that person. Because if I don't care to help you about your day, then I ain't really feeling you like that. But I know that my boyfriend now, I know that if I'm continuously trying to work on something with you, then you know that it's something. Right. If I'm trying to work on getting your emotions out of you, or talk to you about the day, or work on this problem, then
I think to tap on that, I just feel like men need to be more honest in that moment and just say, like, I just want a few minutes to myself right now, and we can talk about it later. I'm not ignoring you, but I know what you're asking me. I just can't really answer that.
Verbalize it.
Right. A lot of people, a lot of men don't verbalize. You have to be emotionally intelligent. That's major.
What if you can't, right? So I can answer your question, right? I don't believe I think sometimes in those situations where women can go wrong, or where let me not do that. Where it can go wrong is, don't be so worried about the what sometimes. Sometimes just be there. Like that, and because I'm telling you, there has been a lot of times and situations in the past where that's why people didn't. But it's like and I think I even said it one time, like, don't really worry about what. I just need you to be here right now. Because I mean, like, I'm not a complainer, really. Like, I may say it once, but after I said it that one time, I probably never want to talk about it again. Mm-hmm. At that point, I'm ready to fix. Mm-hmm. And I've had females like, no, just tell me. And now we're in a just tell me battle rather than just be here right now.
Yeah. A lot of women will do that. They'll badger you for, like, just tell me what's wrong. Just tell me what's wrong. And then y'all have created a whole argument out of the problem that you had. Right. So it's
or they've even gotten, now you're mad at me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you hear something on that? God damn.
I didn't even say that.
I had a flashback.
And the camera went right there, right?
I felt the energy. I felt at different times in our lives. I felt the energy.
But everybody's done it. Everybody's done it.
But I will say too, though, a lot of it you can't just go off of the just tell me, because a lot of it is like too. If you just communicate, you know, because you can, like Rory said, you can simply just say, "Hey, I need a minute," instead of you just sitting there not saying nothing or being like, "Oh, it's nothing," when you can clearly see it's something.
But I think we as women have a problem with that a lot, and I think that's where you really got to hone into your relationship and really just if this is gonna be your person, you got to learn to compromise in that sense. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna want to talk when you're gonna want to talk, and that's gonna be a point to compromise on.
Also, what Lauren said though, like the just be here statement, we have to make that space available for them to be there.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say if something is wrong with you, trust me, I know I'm speaking on me. I'm gonna show that it's something wrong with me. And it's probably not going to be a welcoming, like, come here, babe, give me a hug. Even if that's what I want, even though she ain't got nothing to do with the situation.
But I think that's where care comes in, because women sometimes shut down too. Yeah. But what do? Most times, like you said, we'll do the flowers, we'll do the different things. Just be there. That's being there. It may not be flowers for guys.
So you want some flowers, bro?
No. But I'm using that as an example of even when they're not voicing what's going on, we begin to go into action. And sometimes I feel like women don't do that as much as the going into action. Maybe just some.
I feel like at this age,
I want to stand on that most. I want to stand on that
at this age.
I mean that most.
I feel like at this age, and I can kind of see it in myself too. I feel like I did it so much in the past. So now where we're at the space to do it, it's kind of like, I might not, because it's like you did it so much. Yeah. So like you said, by the time you want to do it, it's kind of like, So I don't know. I'm just at that point now. I see what you're saying.
It also goes from like previous situations, right? If it was a point where she did ask what's wrong, and like say for instance the guy snapped, she's not gonna ask you again. You know what I'm saying? Because she, first of all,
well, I'm be honest. I don't want you to ask me what's wrong. I want you to read the room and go into action.
But you can't.
But
you can't just say. That's not how it works. You can't just say what you have to communicate.
I'm a very easy to read person. Like, when, like, even tonight before we start, you're like, yo, you ain't talking. Like, I'm very easy to read.
But again, that's me though. That's me and my personality. I've always been like that. Right. When you got other people, you probably would have had 10 other girls come here and be like, hey, how you doing? Let's go. I'm just that person. I can read my friends. I can tell when something's different. I've always been like that with all of my friends.
But why are y'all so worried about what's wrong in those moments?
Because why you're not right?
I mean, that's always
like why you not okay?
I'm even asked it.
I'm gonna give you the real honest answer, because most women will think that it's something that they did or something you mad with him. Me. Mm-hmm. For me, that's the real answer.
Yeah,
for me, that's not my answer.
That.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's an honest
for me.
Answer.
I know when I do something, but it's like for me, I just want to make sure you're okay, and if there's something I can do to fix it, like me asking you early, I know I ain't do shit.
Sound like accountability might be.
No. You and Lawrence are different. In a relationship, it could have been something that you did that he didn't verbalize. So most women have it in the back of their head that it's something that we beefing about.
I get what you're saying, but for me, because I tap into my emotions as well as my friends' emotions. So like me seeing you, I know I ain't do nothing to you. I was just genuinely asking.
That's though.
Example,
in a relationship.
Right? Scenario, right? Okay. Say for instance, if y'all got into it, right?
Who is y'all?
I'm just saying, you and whoever.
No, I'm saying, you talking like on a friend thing or like a relationship?
No, not y'all. I'm talking about relationship.
Okay. I was like me and
right? Say for instance, if you and your significant other got into a situation, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all ain't talk all day, but he also had a bad day at work. Mm-hmm. So when he come home, he'd have probably dropped everything that y'all was going through, right? and he come home and he just got this look on his face, right? Are you gonna ask him what's wrong, or are you gonna think that it's from the dilemma that y'all had earlier?
100%. I'm gonna think it's from the dilemma we had.
So, but are you going to talk though, or are you not? Like,
are we gonna?
But I don't want to assume it was us either. I want to make sure, like, are you okay? Like, what's up? I want to talk.
But at the beginning of that, when I'm getting home, I'm gonna ask, "How was your day?"
Right.
So
okay.
We're then gonna
even if y'all ain't talked all day.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Still,
you're a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most is thinking this from this morning, and I'll forget you too, nigga.
I don't even like not talking all day. Cause why are we not talking?
Even in the midst of an argument, we're still gonna.
But I'm just saying,
there's still gonna be some check-in points.
Yeah.
No, but it's some relationships. I've been in a situation where we got into something, and we don't talk all day. And when I get home, it's like, what's up?
Do you humble yourself in that moment and tend to his need, or are you
at that time? At that time, I was younger too, and it's just like I have a little toxic into me. I'm like, well, let's see if he can do this the long.
Hey, yo.
Why not? The whole day gone. What's the last few hours until we go to sleep?
They always do that with me.
But see, for me, I've never been that female, and my friends can vouch for that. Like, I'm not. You upset? All right, cool. Did you eat today? Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not dragging all
one
day.
in a million.
Because it's like, to me, it's like, at the end of the day, if you really feeling that person, both of y'all, right? If y'all haven't talked all day, at the back of your mind, you wonder what that person doing. You wonder if that person okay. You wonder why y'all not talking, or you upset that y'all not talking. I'm not about to be petty and make myself upset all day. Hey, we gonna talk about this now? You want to talk about it later? Well, fix your attitude until we can figure it out.
It's some out there that's petty. You could be at work, y'all ain't talk all day. You ain't eat. You ain't even coming home.
They could have saw on the news that your job blew up.
Gas exploded.
Still won't check on you. But I mean,
knowing you work at BP. Hope you made it.
I ain't asking. But now
like she said earlier, better have a plan.
But now I have friends and family and people that will get into arguments with their significant other, and we talking like married, and they'll walk around the house not speaking to each other. They'll go to bed not or go to sleep in different beds. And like, no.
let me. I want to speak on that. That's after learning
about the vent.
After learning outside of other relationships, right? Like I always told myself that going into something new, I'm not bringing those traits.
Yeah,
because I just see where it ended, like where it ended up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth going to sleep upset and waking up upset when all you're gonna do is just talk about it anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all that time that's passed, you done spent too much time being upset. You know what I mean? Like nobody deserves to feel like that. It's it's just like I just speak to all relationships, like speak on it, say I love you, say I miss you, say I can't wait to see you. Because there's some situations where they don't get to see their person again.
Yeah. People not waking up, y'all. Like that's what I say,
it's
not
that
deep.
For granted.
Yeah, it's not that deep. If he ain't putting his hands on you or she ain't putting his hands her hands on you, it's like, I don't know. I've always viewed relationships like that though. I'm that one that's, even when you mad at me and don't want to talk to me, I still want to talk. you want to go out to eat? So I'm like that. I'll bug you. Like, you still mad? Like,
what if he voices that he's that way? What if during the dating process in the beginning, you're the person, somebody that you're pursuing, or even just significant other, say that they voice in moments of overwhelmment, moments of, when things happen for me, I don't really want to go into what's going on. And those moments, I want you to be there for me. What if he voices that in the beginning? Does that help?
Yeah.
That's all the female wants.
Communicate. Yeah, just communicate. Like, even if you don't want to talk right now, just say, hey, like Mari said earlier, I just need a minute. But just sitting there, having an attitude, got this look on your face, and then I actually was wrong. And then I'm the bad guy for saying, talk to me. Like, I can't read your mind.
I feel like clear communication and being truthful will solve a lot of
and it's part of asking those questions at the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
Why are we not asking those questions at the beginning? How are you when you get angry? What is your, how do you resolve? Do you need to walk away? Do you need to come together? Do you need a minute? Ask those questions at the beginning, and I promise you, your relationship will go much smoother.
Definitely know. Yeah.
Because I feel like I voiced that at times in the beginning, but I think sometimes some people want what they want, and in that moment, it's like the selfishness of I want to know what's going on, or I want you to talk about what's going on, because I want what I want in this moment. Sometimes what I told them during the dating process goes out the window in those moments. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've had it happen.
That's a lot of that's immaturity though.
And then also that's emotional maturity. Yeah. You gotta grow up in that manner, because it's not always gonna be what you want.
Right.
It's not always.
Yeah, it's a different ball, but it's a different ball game when you find somebody that's mature.
Right.
It's such a the grass greener. It is. It is. Yeah. It's way greener, bro. And once you get it, it's like, dang, I didn't know this was out there.
So try to find the green grass. Don't find brown grass.
try to water it, make it green.
Find the green grass.
And some people find turf.
Yes. True.
Yeah, some people find turf.
So find you some
sometimes
because
a lot of times it's turf.
Spray paint.
Until you find out when you fall up that you be like, oh, this is hard. This ain't no
don't feel good.
But make sure your grass is green too. Yeah, don't you have brown spray painted grass
and then judging the turf.
And then judging the turf.
So how did we vet? So communication is how you make your person aware from the beginning. But how do you vet or how do you learn your partner? Like, what are ways that you learn what makes your partner happy? What do you do? How do you be there for your partner? Because that always looks different for people. Like some girls, you might buy a flower when they're done. Like,
some girls don't like flowers. Yeah.
So is that, how do you like? Is that through conversation? Is that through watching a person? Is that through trial and error? Like, what are ways that you vet emotional and mental support?
Before you say that, I'm gonna say, I know you said communication, but communication and comprehension go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So you can communicate all day long.
You always drop a bar.
She didn't talk to some dummies.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm a relationship girly. I can write you a little pamphlet, but like if you don't comprehend what your partner is saying, your communication don't matter. It does not matter.
I will say, to bounce off of that, I will say, dating somebody that's paying attention to you matters too. Because it's not just about why do I have to tell you I like this, I like this, I like this. Pay attention. Like, and not to talk about like past relationships and stuff like that, but I've dated a guy before and I didn't tell him I liked a certain flower. And I have sunflowers and roses tattooed on my arm. And he bought them for me one day. And he was just like, I saw that it was tattooed on you. I assumed it was your favorite flower.
That's hard.
Like, and it's like,
that's a little thing.
Yeah. So it's like, I didn't tell you that. But so that's the type of stuff you shouldn't have to tell somebody everything.
Yeah, I think it's definitely paying attention.
The climate is very selfish.
The climate is not the same. Like,
the climate is what
it sucks.
What have you done for me lately, and what can you do for me today?
People not going as hard.
That's why. I think that's the bottom. Because a lot of the things that we're naming that makes it work, you never get there if they don't care.
Yeah.
It honestly makes they don't care.
It is.
Yeah.
It makes me sad for people that are trying to date because, like, at what point does someone try?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so many people are caught up on types. Oh, he not my type, so I ain't gonna date him. Okay, that could be your husband.
Yeah, you never know.
Like, you literally never know. Give people a chance.
They can keep looking out there. I'm good though. I ain't letting my little thing.
Your little yeah.
My little here to stay. We gonna work out whatever it is.
Right.
You feel me? Because it's the communication is there. It's impeccable. Like we can't nothing fail.
Yeah, you're a lucky one, man.
I'm telling you, I speak highly about it. And it ain't no IG relationship. This is real life.
Right. It's a breath of fresh air. Like when you find somebody that's willing to do that, like it's just you really just want to talk about it all the time. Because you're in such a good place.
Yeah, bro.
And that's why it really makes me sad for these people.
But you also got to have the same mindset as far as, and we're not even just talking about emotional. We're talking about emotionally, mentally, physically, finances, all that stuff. It has to be, on the same track, because even if it's just off a little bit, it can throw everything else off. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell this story about my parents all the time, but when you were talking about the 50-50 thing, going back to when you started talking about that. And my mom wasn't making, I can't remember she wasn't making as much as she was. But my dad had the money, right? So their plan was, married 30-some years now, their plan was to save my mom's salary the entire time they're together and live off my dad's salary. And then when they got to the sweet spot, I forgot what year it was, then my dad retired, my mom retired, now they living off my mama's salary. And my mom's 61 now. Sorry, Mom, if I'm off. And my dad's 66 going on 67, I believe. And it's like, most people don't retire before that. Like they were retired before, I think they both were retired before 60. But that's the mindset. They had a plan, and the backup plan was, if my dad happened to lose his job, they got my mama's side. Those are the plans I was talking about. So it's like, not that I'm not trying to give people grace, but if I got the blueprint in front of my face, I done seen it happen. So it's a possibility.
And when you come from 2-parent households like both of us do, it's hard going into something else and expecting something more. Yeah. That's why you really got to be on the same page. Like your background and your morals play a lot into a relationship. You have to understand the other person.
Can you date someone who can, and I don't mean to bring so I have this topic, not just from that, and we have one more and then we're done. So can you date someone from a single parent home coming from that type of background?
Yes. It just takes more work.
Yeah. And they have to want it.
Because of your expectations. Because of your expectations?
Because of my expectations and my background. Okay. So my boyfriend is the complete opposite of me. Okay. He came from a single parent to no parent household. And so we got to come together and figure out what our middle ground is. Because my background, I was raised in a Christian household, 2-parent household. They still together. It's totally different. So all of my mindset, the way I want to raise my children, the way I want to do my finances, the way I want to do certain things, they come from my upbringing. His was totally different. He been in the army. He's seen a lot of things. The way he grew up, it's just different. So you gotta, I'm realizing that now for real, you gotta come to that middle ground of just bringing your backgrounds together and really meshing your lives, honestly.
So it's definitely doable.
It definitely is doable.
But they have to want it though.
You gotta work it.
You can't have somebody that comes from a single parent household like, nah, I want to get married one day.
Yeah.
Because then they might change their mind, but it's a lot of work to
don't gamble.
Yes, it's a gamble.
I've seen where I've dated women who come from 2-parent household who are very spoiled. And they don't have and I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking about in the past what I've dealt with, who were very spoiled and didn't have no work ethic or no care for or no thought of like plan, like when they're like spoiled people. And again, I'm not saying that people come from 2-parent households, but I'm saying spoiled people in general. Because I believe I'm spoiled because my parents spoiled me and I don't come from 2-parent household. But spoiled people sometimes cannot have a care in the world because they know they have something to fall back on.
Yes, God.
They kind of jump out the airplane with no parachute every day of their life.
And mainly them the ones that don't want to do 50-50.
Right, exactly. And so sometimes dating somebody who lives on the edge like that, it's hard to do that sometimes.
So I will 110% agree with you.
Yeah.
Coming from how I am, and I don't even want to say it's spoiled, it's just knowing in the back of your head that your parents always got you.
Right.
No matter what. I've had a boyfriend, an ex, get mad at me because it was a certain situation where I need a refrigerator. So
my people's got it.
My people got it.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. He said, well, my dad was like, well, we'll pay half. Right. He got mad.
Yeah.
Why?
Because my parents are willing to do that, and that's not where he came from.
And he couldn't do it though.
And he
couldn't do it.
I think it was because he couldn't do it. That's what I think.
So it took him away. It took him away from his objective, right? So as a man, we want to solve.
So let me ask you this: did you ask your parents before asking him or allowing him to do it for you? Because
I didn't ask anybody anything. The refrigerator went out, and I was just talking to my parents about it openly, like on FaceTime.
Oh, that's different.
He was there, and they just offered.
I thought it was a situation where you said your refrigerator out, and he was like, "I ain't got it right now."
Oh no. It was just an open conversation.
So did he get mad because you accepted the half, or did he get mad at them just saying it?
Just the situation of them saying it,
really,
and them being there.
Oh, I was about to defend him, but now I can't even defend him.
Yeah.
I will say to
I would have been thanking your parents.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead, get
because they're always there, and that was a situation where I was called spoiled more times than one. But I do 100% agree with you. I don't necessarily think it's spoiled. I just know that my parents will always be there.
You really don't have to wait on anything.
No.
Yeah.
I do think it is wise in those situations. And I'm talking about if he got mad at him saying he got it and then that happens. That's the time that I have found myself like, yo, I told you.
Right, for sure.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I can understand that.
I can understand that.
That's
now if that was the situation, then I was about to be on his defense.
Yeah.
But he has other things going on that I know not of.
Exactly.
But in those situations, I do feel like sometimes dating people like that living, that jumping out the airplane every single day of your life, that doesn't work for somebody who has a plan and is working hard. That just doesn't work.
I think it depends on how your parents raised you too, right? So, again, I was in a 2-parent household and I'm the only child at that. So it's like, but I still worked. I got my first job at 16. Like, it's how they raised me. So it was like, we're going to set you up for success, but you still got to work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if something happened and, the bottom fall out, then they got my back, but I'm not depending on that either.
It was
you get what I'm saying?
It was never handed to us.
Right. It's just like, I know I have that parachute, but I'm not going to abuse it and keep jumping out the plane, but I got it,
And that's crazy too, because I had that background too.
Yeah.
Like, I have it as a man, so it's like, when I first
females don't like it, right?
What?
Like, do females have had problems with that with me? Like,
that you have a backing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Why would you be mad at more security?
I was the jumping out the parachute. I didn't have certain worries.
Mm-hmm.
So because I didn't have certain worries, like you were saying about a backup plan and all that stuff, I didn't have certain fail safes because I didn't have certain worries. So females have been able to look into my life and say, well, you don't got this, you got this setup and that setup. I was like, well, I ain't worried about that. And that's come from, hey pops.
Yeah.
But
I understand, like I said, I had that same background from my parents and stuff like that, but I never used it.
Right. Like, I know it's there, but
I wouldn't know how I would feel if I didn't have that, though.
Right. I probably would move different.
You feel me? Like,
I would
that
move
comfort,
different.
though, like,
I would move different for sure.
The comfort is
I've used it.
I'm just you one of them sons.
I would move a lot more carefully. Yeah. I would say that. Like, for me, I will say, like, when you said that jumping out of the parachute, I'm like, I mean, I do be jumping. Yeah. But I know, but I jump with confidence.
I would have finished college if I had worries.
But like honestly though, having that cushion, it's a good feeling. But like me not ever having to call him I know that I'm making them proud because I'm making my own way.
Right. And I feel like that's why they ended up helping or offering that day, because it's rare that I have to call on them.
Right.
And that goes back to what I was saying about your background having a lot to do with your partner and your future. Mm-hmm. I want my kids to feel like that. Right. Kids, whatever. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're gonna give me. Right. So I want my kids to feel like that. Mm-hmm. I want, like, their old car became my first car. Yeah. I didn't have to have no payment, no anything. That's what I want. That's how I want to raise my kids. Mm-hmm. So you got to be on the same page.
I mean, for me, again, it's only child. So you're speaking from, you got siblings. So me being the only child, it's just me. So I didn't have.
But in relation to that though, I was the only child that grew up with my parents at that time. Even though I have siblings. Right. But I was the only child in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's different.
Yeah, it is.
It's just you.
The stuff that you felt, I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just you.
Yeah,
so it's not like that's why I hate the word when people be like, "Oh, only children are spoiled." It's not that we're spoiled; we're their only child. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
But there's a level of spoil that comes just naturally.
But that's what I don't think it's. But I don't think spoiled is the right word.
Yeah, that's what I said. Lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Like just there's a confidence that comes with it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say that.
Okay.
Like even I was speaking to someone recently. There's a confidence that comes with being raised by a father. Mm-hmm. Like I know a lot of males that have been raised by their mothers, and their lack of that alpha comes from that. Yeah. That alpha is shaped and molded by having another alpha in your life.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of not confident dudes, which is why a lot of the things that are going on in the world are going on. Because you have a lot of insecure dudes doing insecure things. Mm-hmm. And it's because they weren't raised with that alpha mentality around them.
Right.
You know, for sure. And that alpha energy. It's just something that is just, that's why I said some things just come, it comes natural. And that's why I was asking, can you date someone who comes from a single parent home or, may have been raised by a female and not a male, different things, because I do feel like some things just come with that. And then, and then some things you can learn along the way, but that you got to hope they learned it though.
I will say in, my dating spiel, I can say you can tell the difference between a guy that didn't have their dad or didn't have a father figure at all. So, like, for example, my boyfriend, he didn't have his dad, but he had his grandparents, uncles. Yeah, so he had father figures versus I've dated guys that didn't have their dad, and you can definitely tell the difference from even how they deal with emotions, because they don't know really how to.
Yeah. I wish I had. There are things that I've had male figures with, but there's something about having your father. Yeah. There's something about having your dad because there's certain things about you that you will never understand until the person who that came from is there to help you understand it. And that's why, just growing up with your father is just so important. I want to go into the last topic I had on the list for were and is the love language thing. Is that a cliche? Because when it was first introduced to me, I was on a road trip with my cousin Allie, and she and her guy at the time were having issues, and they read the book, and she was telling me, "Oh, it helped. We found out what our love language was, and it helped so much." So I went and so I researched it. So I researched it, and when I researched it, I found out what they were. But I just feel like I need all of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So it's like, was that just? What do y'all feel about the love language thing?
I think everybody has a percent. Everybody has all of them in them, but there's one, maybe two that stick out a little bit more than others.
Okay, so
if you really pay attention and you really know your partner, right? Okay. I think.
Yeah,
and for me,
the same thing. Yeah, it's one that's like the highest. You want all of them.
So y'all name them. Name y'all highest.
I always get mine mixed up. I don't know.
I don't like to say mine because I always get deemed materialistic, but I don't really care because I got a boyfriend. Mine is receiving gifts, and I feel like that's okay.
What's that acts of kindness?
No, that's receiving gifts.
Acts of kindness ain't even a love language.
No.
You ain't read right.
I'm gonna need for you to read a book.
No, there is one.
It's not acts of service. Not acts of kindness.
No, mine is it's literally.
I don't care about it.
It's literally receiving gifts. Okay. But that's also how I show love. Right. And it's not always like you got to get me $1,000 bracelet. It's like, hey, I saw this candy bar on the way home and I got it for you. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing that I learned about love languages is that you cannot love someone else with your love language.
Yeah.
It's you different. Have to love them in theirs.
And I've learned that too because my love language is also receiving gifts, but it's neck and neck with acts of kindness. It's neck and neck with acts of service because for me to come home and you didn't took care of something that I always do, when I get home from work and stuff like that, that stuff matters to me too. because you thought of me. So that's why I say it's neck and neck with receiving gifts, because I like coming home and stuff too. So it's just it goes hand in hand.
But it will take you a far way loving your person in their love language.
And I said that I had to learn that, because it's like, well, this is how I receive love. But as I got older, I realized just because I like receiving gifts, your thing might be whatever else is on that list, So
what else is on the list?
Acts of service, receiving gifts, physical touch.
Right.
That's my number one.
Right.
But I mean, but I don't know. I forgot the other ones. But I had read a post like that. It was like, you done bought her a Birkin bag, but she just want a hug.
Right.
So it's like, I get it.
Quality time.
Yeah, quality time.
I forgot the fifth one.
But see, that's why I said quality time is up there for me too, because it's like
words of affirmation. They come into me.
But I don't know. I feel like that it's hard to pick one for me, because like you said, I want all of them. I want to spend time with you, but I also want to come home and you just took the trash out and I got flowers on the table.
But then
it's words of affirmation.
We already talked about it, sir. See,
okay. I looked it up, so I want to do my work for
it's like I want all of them.
But then you find that you might not need words of affirmation, because you're words of affirmation as much because you're a confident and self-confident person.
Yeah. See, I don't. Yeah, words of affirmation.
But it's really dope when y'all both share the same sounds
is it
love language.
Yeah, I think that most. No, I think that most women share the same ones, and I think most guys.
Physical touch is always high for y'all.
Physical touch and words of affirmation.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I have ran across quite a few Black men whose love language is words of affirmation.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think for us, words of affirmation
and
physical touch is at our top, and I think you all's tops is the act of service and receiving gifts.
I mean, words of affirmation. All I need is I love you and I miss you. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't need nothing else.
So that's a lower one for you.
You look so good today. I don't need all that.
I'm the same way.
But I miss you might be affirmation, because that's affirming that her her love for you, and
But the main ones is acts of kindness and physical touch. And when I say physical touch, I'm not talking about rated R at all times. I'm just talking about like if we ride. Shit, we both got our hand. We hold a hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on that.
Yeah, I'm talking about everything under it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like,
I'm rated R to rated G. I'm
just saying, like, we kiss multiple times a day. You feel me? Like, I may just you laying in the bed, I might just come kiss.
You don't like kissing no more.
Yeah, it's not a thing for real.
What?
Yeah. Like I'm people don't like kissing no more.
Yeah, people don't be kissing like that.
I must be way out the loop.
Well, I mean, it
ain't been but a year and a half.
These girls want to get straight to the point. I'm like, you gotta stop me up.
I feel like that started the engine though. You can't just go into it.
And I'm talking about like tongue kissing too. Yeah. You know that shit rare for real. This ain't tongue kissing.
It's not rare. It's rare that people are good kissers, but we didn't need to get into that either. But it's rare that people are good kissers
we tongue
too.
Kissing. And that's gonna fire that up.
I don't know how to kiss. That's what's wrong with it.
But I will say it's also probably because people are not in real relationships anymore. Like people,
that's true too.
So that's why I'm not about to be tonguing down. Like,
you kissing, you might as well tongue kissing, nigga.
But a lot of people, I would say, like the people that be getting,
nigga be like, no, I ain't gonna hit the tongue. The tongue might be contaminated.
Is that what it's called? The one night stands? They don't be kissing.
Oh no,
they're not kissing. That's why I said that's what he's talking about.
It's
the one night stands.
It's so much of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. So that's why
everything else worse though.
Right. What is this? Exchanging bodily fluids. You might
would have got by just from the kiss. You should have took that. Nigga in the bed with a bomb.
So the love language is not a cliche.
I don't think so.
It's real thing.
Something
I think it helps.
It all depends on who it's coming from and what they mean by it. You got people that may just tell you this is what it is just to make you do that for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying you, but like, the acts of gifts, right? Like that somebody could use that the wrong way.
Right. Like that's my love language.
You don't never buy me nothing. You really mess with me?
With gifts. I just started being open to gifts.
Open to receiving, open to buying.
Receiving.
Really?
I've always been buying them. But
why?
I used to never want, growing up with women, I never, like my mom, one of the moms, them people who, remember I brought, like I don't want nobody holding on over my head.
Oh.
So I used
my dad was like
even
that.
as a kid, even as a kid.
I'm with
like,
Rari. I already know
but I'm telling you, as a kid, I used to get it on my own just so can't say nothing to me.
But my dad said that before when he was dating, when he was younger. He said he let the ladies take him out to eat. He said, "Don't buy me nothing because you can't take nothing back from me."
I've had bad experience from certain gifts that I did get. Not this relationship.
Hey, you better have them things back before I get home. I remember that.
And got them.
Hey, you ain't going to work tomorrow. And got them. Hey, yo, I was gonna say nothing, but he said I was gonna say nothing.
You can take your head on, but that better come back.
I'm not gonna say nothing until he said.
That's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know this family.
Yeah, see, I was gonna bring it up. He brought it up. I said I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, you not gonna get your computer screen. Hey, look. hey, you ain't going to work tomorrow.
Put the camera on.
Shit back. Put the camera on. I said you gonna be petty. I can be petty. Clock in.
Hey, look.
Try to clock in. Nigga.
I won't even. Hey, yo.
I had to take my dog one time.
Hey, yo,
put my dog in the car. I'm like, all right.
Have him up like this. Yeah, you want your dog back?
No, but that's stuff like that. Yeah.
That's petty though. That is petty. I ain't
no,
never did that
but like
before.
with the gift receiving thing, like I've had 2 times, not from just the last one or the one before, but like I done had people buy me stuff and take it back. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how you do things.
Yeah, but that wasn't their true love language. Or
yeah, they just did that because you asked for a type of thing. That wasn't because I wanted you to have this.
When I give something like it's Ajay will tell you, I put thought into my gifts.
Yeah,
and
she the best gift giver I've ever seen.
And once I give it to you, I forget about it.
And because when I first opened up to receiving them, I got bad gifts first. Yeah. And that's why I don't want them, because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be unappreciative.
You had the mystery box gift,
man. I knew from the bag. I was like, this not gonna be good. Nothing.
Right.
So this not about to hit on nothing.
And I know he's into cologne. Like, so when they bring that Polo Sport in there, he don't wear no Polo Sport.
Burberry brick. You got that. Listen.
They say got your cologne.
That's the cologne that's still on show. You're not even behind the glass. Ross, like, come on, you just walk in and walk out with that. Like, stop playing.
Because
I just feel like gifts should be on quality and thought should be equal. Yeah. It shouldn't be more one than the other.
I will say I put a lot of thought into my gifts, and I thought I was a best gift giver ever. Then I met this one. I said she didn't beat me because this one is different.
Don't get it mixed up though. Quality ain't always expensive.
Right? No, not even on the expensive tip.
Yeah. Like it's the thought and everything that you put behind it. Like it's truly my love language, and that's why, like, I would like to. Good. Yeah, and I would like to be loved that way. But
quality,
because I do it good. She do it great.
Quality in the amount. It kind of together though.
Depends on what level you're in.
Yeah, because
like I'm not saying when we in colognes now, I ain't saying you go get
I get what you're saying. Like you could still get a good cologne. You get a good one for, because I one of my favorite colognes is only like $40 on Amazon. Mm-hmm. So I definitely agree with that. But I don't want to sound like that. I'm good because I don't know how to word it correctly, so I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm gonna sound the way.
You gotta speak. You gotta speak.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't like when I could tell somebody took the easy way.
Yeah, that's a big difference. I'm saying?
Like,
it's a big difference.
Now, if you caught a sale, catch a sale. But
you should know. The person should know you caught a sale.
Yeah. Let me feel like you like really like me. I'm telling y'all, I can show y'all texts in my phone. I text like 2 and 3 and 4 female friends, like this one or this one. Mm-hmm. That there's so much thought into. I go 5 places. I do like that. Like this, you see 100 tabs on my Safari because I'm putting a lot of thought into it. I don't want you to just go to Burlington and just see a hot deal and grab that junk. Like I want to feel that.
That's the female not really taking into account of like who you really are.
Yeah,
like,
and they might not care as much either.
Like as much as we go into something and you know the caliber of woman you have or that you're approaching, the female should do the same for the man. You know what I mean? And if he's a high dollar man, don't just look at him like, oh, he'll just take care. He do all of that. Like sometimes if you know what I like, go in on what I like.
And I also don't mean everything gotta be expensive, but I do feel like I should feel that you worked for this. Because I think that's a part of the gift.
And you know, and something as simple as like, all right, so say for instance, like, you know, I like this or whatever. And let's just say if it is a little bit out your bracket, even if you just like, put this towards.
I know you want to get this.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that's just what you're.
Amen.
And I know
Amen.
No, for real. And I know that's like what you're into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to contribute to it versus going to get something that you know I don't.
That's where the thought comes in for me. The thought comes into that's the
showing me you pay attention.
Like, and also like you put thought into how you got it for me. Like if there's some sneakers that you didn't get them on a release date, and you know the resale is going to be very expensive, right? So you may not want to do the resale, but you may say, here's toward you getting it on the resale. You know what I'm saying? That will go. I'll go crazy.
I don't want to do that. You know? I'm just gonna get them.
Yeah, I mean,
we would.
I'm saying
it's a different type of one.
We would.
I just want to get them.
That's that tax bracket too.
But again, it matters, you know, because it's I don't know. It's more comforting knowing somebody just got it for you than give you something towards it too. I mean, I'm grateful.
We just talking about like if you with somebody for the long term, right? You just talking like sometimes like, look, I was out looking, just trying to find something new for you. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't find something like, but I still want to do something for you. At least you let me know, like you went on a little process, and it's like I'm like, nah, baby, just relax.
You in competitions, people they selling me their cologne. Seeing something like that, you should know not to get me no daggone Burberry Brit.
What is
like? You don't even know it is for a reason.
You can get that, Ross.
Burlington. You know, but I'm just saying, like that is one of the things that I'm talking about. Like, well, I know you like cologne. And it's like, and now I gotta fake. And that's why I'm just like,
how you gonna ask if she bring you some Axe? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
You might be done.
But you also got to take in consideration too, which is why I say it's important not to date outside your tax bracket. She might think that Burberry was the best of the best. If you don't know better, you can't do better.
That's true.
Or what she can afford.
I mean, but not even just that, but
no, you're right.
When we were younger, when we were buying perfumes and stuff, we weren't buying Saks cologne and stuff.
One of she, you know what I'm saying, you sleep, she go take your Benz, you know what I'm saying, knowing to take 93, but she could put 87. Just the thought though.
She better drive. She better. If she don't know better, she better keep driving till it run all the way out, and then go put 93 in it.
But that's why I say people always quick to say, tax bracket and stuff don't matter.
Or like when you run on the highway, you can put that 87 and run it out because you're gonna run it out, and then you can put that 93 right now. Yeah.
But like we were saying, people say that tax brackets don't matter, but they actually do. Because the little things, it starts to add up. Because y'all don't think the same no more. Like he said earlier, you at the Montclair store and the other one at Baby Fat. Like at some point, it's not gonna meet in the middle.
And then you're gonna have an attitude because you walk around with Burberry bread.
Yeah, and you want it Tom Ford or whatever else is out of Creed.
It's gonna be the bathroom air freshener. That's a fun fact about me, all friends and family. If you go to my bathroom and you saw the cologne you got me is in there as an air freshener, that's what I do. Because you didn't do a good job.
Again, that's why you have to make sure you know who you're dating. You have to know these things.
No, I like that.
Yeah, you have to know these things. Because you can't be mad at the person for not knowing. Yeah. You chose to date outside your tax bracket, so you're getting things in that tax bracket.
It might not even be just tax bracket sometimes. Sometimes it's about
exposure too.
Don't be
exposure and like being with somebody who likes the things that you like.
I can't even say exposure because when we were younger, we saw things that celebrities and stuff had on. We just couldn't afford it yet. So we've been exposed to stuff. You just can't.
But that don't mean
I was shopping at Saks when I was younger. Like,
But no, the reason I say that is because there is an Axe that's actually good. That chocolate Axe.
Chocolate.
What? I still keep that for emergency.
That's for work.
That in Burberry Touch is a great scent. That's what I'm saying. You gotta have somebody that has the eye and for quality. Like you gotta, because if you're somebody who likes the finer things in life or a certain quality of things, you gotta find somebody that also likes that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
she might get you that Cuba and that cigar.
The what?
The old school John from the gas station.
Hey,
I ain't never seen that.
Nigga, I had that in the 8th grade prom.
Yeah,
I had that. I kept pulling it out at the 8th grade prom.
All the OGs know. It come in a cigar.
They got that in the gas station now.
It's about that long. It's called Cuba. It costs like $10 or $15.
I
ain't gonna cap. It smell good, but you gonna smell like an OG. Like you gonna smell like you just left.
OG is equivalent to auntie.
Real talk. Yeah, you definitely
so
just
that'd be
left.
like white diamonds for y'all.
Yeah. White diamonds stink. I don't care what nobody says.
That powder, that powder be all right on them 60-year-olds.
You most likely got a whole. You most likely got a whole digger suit on when you spray that up.
Yeah.
A velour suit.
God.
Stacey Adams.
That shit next to Juke.
You got the Steve Harvey suit on.
It next to Juke.
I feel like that with the white diamonds.
How do y'all receive bad gifts?
The white diamonds, Versace, and Chanel, they stink. I don't care what nobody says.
Chanel does stink.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody says.
Hold on. Which Chanel?
All of them.
Chanel No. 5 stinks.
All of them to me.
Really?
All of them stink.
Yes.
Now I don't give nothing.
Hell
it gives
no.
throw it
I
in
don't
the trash.
agree with that one.
No, they
Chanel
stink.
No. 5.
Ask her what her most expensive perfume costs.
What?
Let's do that.
What is it?
That's not what we're talking about here.
Let's figure out why it stinks. Let's start there.
We're not talking about me.
Throw the number out.
I don't even
throw the number out.
I don't remember which one is the most
Don't matter.
expensive. Because I don't remember. It's between Killian and
Killian, all of Killian is.
And I always pronounce it wrong. Is
Fellas?
Yeah, the Baccarat one.
Killian, the whole house is in the twos and up.
Killian is amazing.
They start at the 2. I love Killian.
Young Men, Vodka on the Rocks by Killian.
Yeah.
How much is that? Let's start there.
It doesn't matter.
How much is that?
Doesn't matter. It smells good.
What's the number?
I don't recall. He said 200 and up.
Yeah.
Look,
the lowest one is like
she was gonna buy it for my birthday. I said, "Don't you do that?"
Hey, listen.
Lauren said, "You better accept that."
Listen.
No, but see, we're talking about gift giving, right? So when it comes to my friends, and they'll tell you, I give great gifts, but I also ask you, give me a list of things you want, so you kind of know what you're getting, but you don't know what you're getting.
What do you do when the guy has? And I want both your answers. What do you do when you have just received a gift that you hate?
I've never gotten a gift that I hated.
Really? Okay.
That's a lack of paying attention.
Yeah, because I never got a gift that I hated. And then to me, if it does happen, I'm such a nice person. I feel like because you thought enough of me to give me something, I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. That's just me though. It's like, and now if it was like what you were saying, like you just got it because you just saw it, you can tell the difference between when somebody puts some effort into something, you just happen not to like it. Mm-hmm. It's a difference, you know. So I'm a grateful person. Like you said, if it's that bad, I'll spread it in the house or whatever it is. But I'm never gonna be like, I don't really like this.
Yeah, I could never do that.
Yeah, I've never been that person.
That's just rude.
Oh man, I got a gift one time. I ain't gonna speak on it.
No, I want to hear it. What was it? I want to know now. What was it?
Was it the thought or the quality?
Oh my, it was both.
If it ain't in this relationship, it don't even matter. We want to hear about it now.
It was.
But where did it go wrong?
Right.
Or thought, or both?
What happened?
Shit, it was just something the person needed. It won't like it was.
Right. What you like? He trying to beat around the bush. What happened?
No, so
like what was it?
It was. It was a birthday situation, but it was like a first birthday. It wasn't like.
What was the gift?
Yeah,
like right.
It was a
beating around the damn bush.
I think it was a USB hard drive.
Check.
I think it was.
Well.
It was something that you needed.
Yeah, finish. Was it something?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was something that was.
That may go far
for birthday though.
No, but it was.
That's just because gift.
No, it was because it was just always spoken. Like I couldn't believe that you had bought me that. Like, but it was like something that was like really, really needed though.
I feel like if I was gonna give you something like that, I would add it to your other gifts.
We weren't there yet though, bro.
But
it was a beginning.
Hold on. Y'all was together?
It was a beginning.
Was y'all together?
No.
But it also,
I'm confused now.
Y'all were just kind of dating, getting to know each other.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
Yeah, but it also
even when I'm dating, I give great gifts.
But what if it's like, what if you meet somebody and then like their birthday is a week later?
But a hard drive will go a long way with me though, because I need that.
Yeah.
No, so I think
it depends on the point in a relationship.
Yeah, it was like
if we dating for a year.
I don't know if we weren't dating yet or it was the beginning, but I just remember because it was like
a hard drive was like
better
than a lot that I got.
It was more of a need gift. If we a year in and you give me a USB, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, because it was one of the jobs like I ain't want to pull up with nothing.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
It might have been a re-gift.
Right.
Nah,
I've done that before.
It was one of them quick stops to Best Buy real quick. Like, it's crazy.
Some people just not good at it either.
Yeah, some people aren't good gift givers.
And let me say this, ladies. Panties with my name on is not a good gift. That's not even a gift.
It's a good gift to me.
I was going to say.
No, I'm good on that.
I'm
good.
Put my name down.
Like it's a good gift. It just can't be the only gift.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It could be part of a gift.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just give you that.
My gifts are layered.
That was all that was in the bag.
My gifts are layered. So
that was all that was in the bag.
If I give you something like that, it's going to be in addition too.
Right.
Yeah.
I would never give it anybody.
You should have that on while you give me my real gift.
Yeah.
But
to
open the bag and to move that tissue paper and it just be 3 pairs of my name in different ways. And I hope and if you see this,
I've never given any man just one thing.
Me neither. Ever.
Or even my friends. It's always been like layers to my gift.
Yeah, whenever I do one thing, it was probably an expensive one thing.
But even if it's an expensive one thing, I've never given anybody.
I'm sorry, but a Louis bag can be by itself any day.
But see, for me, if I'm giving,
you can have a nice pen or like something.
But see, like if I'm giving one of my friends or my boyfriend a Louis bag or something like that, it's gonna be gifts in the bag.
Right.
Wait, you be giving Louis bags?
We're not talking about
you got friends. Where y'all friends at? God.
To my boyfriend, I mean, especially Christmas and birthday, those are big ones. So you get if you get like. The biggins.
She country.
She country.
I'm from the country.
She
Come on, right? I'm from the country.
But I will say my friends have gotten on me before about my gift giving to boyfriends because I do so much. Yeah. And they're like, yo, you got to dial it back. Y'all just started dating. Like, I don't, because there's no limit to me.
You come
hard out the gate.
I do because it's like I want you. It's not even like I'm trying to buy you. It's more like
you be in stuff special. For a long time.
You feel special.
Yeah, all the stuff I know about with you have been long, so I get it.
But like I don't know. I just feel like you don't have. But it's just even when I like in the relationship I am now. We haven't even hit a year yet. But for Valentine's Day last year, which was our first Valentine's
Day, you got something for Valentine's Day. Yo, where
are you finding these women
I also have just started being open to gifts too. I guess.
Nah, yeah, you don't
but
decide.
I've never given anybody, friends, boyfriend, whoever. I've never given anybody one thing. Okay. And then if I am giving you something, it's some thought put into it. Like I was saying, like for Valentine's Day, like I got a crate from Michael's. I spray painted it. Like I put the fuzzy stuff in it to make it all cute. Like I put the thought into it. So it's not just like one thing here. It's all in the store. Here you go.
It's gonna be layers.
You got it, big money.
No. He want to be funny. What you get for your birthday?
I'm trying to be like you.
What I get you?
I'm trying to get like you.
What you get for your birthday?
I'm trying to get like you.
What did I get you for your birthday?
When I grow up, you who I want to be.
See, people don't want to talk about what they get. Nah.
Unless you want to talk about money, we talk about money.
I mean, what did you get for your birthday was the question.
It don't matter.
Now it don't matter.
So this has been another episode of MenTality with my boy Rory, Miss AJ, and Miranda. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.
Y'all funny. Y'all are funny. Can we hear ourselves this time?
Yep.
Shit.
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Ellie?
Somebody said y'all.